Hey there friends, this is Josh from Music Lesson. Right now we're going to go into the next article, which is about our posture and our hold for our bow. Okay, I'm going to talk about a couple of things here today. Let's just start off with a motto that I give my students. You feel like you're going to drop it, but you don't. Okay, a lot of them, when I give them the bow hold, they say, oh, this is so difficult, I feel like I'm going to drop it, I don't have it securely in my hand. Well, that's kind of the point. Now, don't get me wrong, we want stability, right? But again, playing the violin is a very fluid experience, okay? You're not going to try to hard grip or really force things to happen. So remember, you feel like you're going to drop it, but you don't. Okay, so let's jump right into it here. The bow hold, all right? There are 5 main points on the bow hold, and each of them deal with your fingers, okay? So let's start out with your first finger. Okay, so your first finger is going to be right here on the grip. Okay, now depending on who you are, depending on how you hold it, there's definitely people who vary this grip a little bit. I tend to err towards right at the transition from the leather grip to the winding. Okay, so I sometimes will put my finger right past the leather grip. Okay, sometimes I'll put it on the leather grip. But it just depends. I'm never going to stretch my first finger really far though. Don't stretch your first finger far forward, okay? So keep it in a general proximity to your other fingers, but not right next to them either. Okay, now, here's the thing. When you're playing, I want you to take your first finger, look at your first finger. This would be your right hand if you're a right-handed violinist, okay? Left hand if you're a left-handed violinist like me. Take your first knuckle here and your second knuckle, and I don't want you to let the bow stick, the grip, I don't want you to let it get past the second knuckle going towards the base knuckle, going towards the hand. Keep it between the first knuckle and the second knuckle. Similarly, don't let it be on the tip either, okay? This is something that's a part of the Franco-Belgian bow grip, which I'm a big fan of. That's what I teach from. You'll also see later on talk about the Suzuki hold real quick. There's only a small variation to that. But keep that right there, okay? Keep that right there between that first knuckle and that second knuckle, okay? If you go past that, that becomes a different grip, okay? And then that's not one that I want you to use right now, okay? We can talk about that later once you become more proficient at playing the instrument. Now, the next finger is the second finger. Now, let me just give you a caveat here. The reason I play left-handed because I have an injury to my second finger, okay? You will have full use of your second finger, or probably most of you will, okay? I don't, so you're going to see mine do a few things that it likes to do on its own, all right? But you can curve the tip of your second finger. All right, now let's get into the second finger. I want you to put your second finger right here, okay? Just about across from the thumb, all right? Just about across from the thumb, okay? It's going to be curved, okay? It's not going to be directly on the frog most of the time. It's going to be kind of in that spatial area right there, okay? It's going to be in this general vicinity. That's where your second finger is going to be, okay? And I want you to do that. And I want you to put the pad of that second finger, okay, right there towards the bottom of either the frog or the metal ferrule right there, okay? Right across from the thumb in that general vicinity. Now the third finger, I tell my students, play hide the dot. Okay, most of you will have a frog that has a dot on it. I want you to play hide the dot with your third finger, okay? So hide the dot with your third finger, then the second finger goes right next to it, then the first finger goes on the grip or in that little transition area depending on the size of your hand, okay, above it. All right, so hide the dot with your third finger. Make sure the pad of the third finger is curved, okay, and right there on the dot. Now, the next is the pinky finger, okay? The pinky finger is going to be curved, you'll notice, and on its tip, okay? Curved and on its tip. Now, there's, different opinions on this. I don't want you to put the tip of your pinky finger on the screw, okay? Those of you who have large hands, yes, you're going to naturally have to put your pinky finger on the screw just due to the physics of the size of your body. But if you're not a particularly large person, you don't have a particularly large hand, make sure that you don't put it on the screw because sometimes that can end up being too wide of a hold, and we don't want a hold that's too wide, okay? All right, so keep that in mind. So curved and on the tip, right on top of the bow stick there, okay? Now, talk about the thumb. Okay, the thumb is going to be right here. Now, this is the Suzuki hold, okay? This is just going to take a look at my notes here. This is what I call the Suzuki hold, okay? This is what I learned in the Suzuki method. What you're going to do is you're going to take your thumb. Your thumb is going to be curved, especially when you're at the frog, okay? It's going to be curved, and you're going to place it on the tip, okay? You're going to place that thumb on the tip, okay, right there. even when the thumb becomes straightened out at the tip of the bow stroke, you're still going to have the thumb on the tip. Okay, so you always want it to be on the tip. Now it's going to be curved right here to start off with. Okay, make sure it's curved. All right, and it's going to be right on that middle ferrule right there, with the second finger just about across from it. Okay. All right, now once we progress a little bit into our learning, not very far, we're going to change that grip just a little bit into the Franco-Belgian bow grip. Okay, the full Franco-Belgian bow grip, I should say. And we're going to put our thumb right here between the bow grip and the frog. Okay, where the frog connects with the stick right here. I want you to put your thumb right there between the grip and the frog. Okay, thumb on the tip still, on the tip, between the grip and the frog. Okay, so it's going to look like this. Okay, so it's going to look like that. If you can see that, if that works out for you. Okay, I'll flip it over so you can see it as well, like so. Okay, a little bit more like this. Okay, so you can see it there. Excellent. Okay, all right, now the next is tilting / pronating the fingers. You're going to notice that my fingers are tilted towards the tip of my bow. Okay, so I want you to make sure that your fingers are tilted. They're not going to be just straight, 90-degree angle. It's not going to. We don't want to play like that. You want to tilt your fingers forward. Okay, that's called pronating. Okay, so tilt / pronate those fingers towards the tip. Okay, and you'll get this type of a bow stroke. A bow hole. Okay, that's what you want to do. Okay, then we've got some bow games that we're going to incorporate later on. So on and so forth, but you get the idea, okay? So this is what I want you to do. Practice this, make this bow grip, become proficient at it. One last thing, make sure that these knuckles right here, that these fingers are generally in line with the top of the hand, which stays flat, okay? All right, so those are that's pretty much what I want you to know about the bow grip and posture for the bow grip. Follow these instructions, practice it, become confident on it, and then we'll see you at the next article. Remember, music is magic.